Hi everyone, welcome to Aliya Productions. Today I'm here with the amazing Alvon Agustino Junior. I hope that I said your name correctly.
Yeah, you did.
Today we will be interviewing you and just to get a feel of your unique experiences because you are a Muslim actor in the
Alhamdulillah.
film, TV industry, media. So we're gonna get straight into it with a bit of a serious question. I hope you don't mind. Um,
Yeah, of course.
well, first of all, how are you feeling today?
I'm good actually. What is it called? I'm quite active. I've been awake since Fajr, which is for us Muslim, we have to get up and pray the first early
That's
morning prayer.
Yes.
And then pretty much after that, I went to catch up with a mate at 8 o'clock at his apartment, and we did some gym exercise for 1.5 hours, and then after that, what is it called? Went to sauna and then spa, and then now I'm here,
Yeah, yeah. No, that is so
talking to you. So
Thank
yeah,
you so much, yeah, for being here
no, that's good.
today. Um, so my
No,
first
thank you
question,
for having me. Yeah.
you're welcome, you're welcome. It's all good. I mean, it's so important. We did talk about this before. It's so important for Muslims to really encourage each other as much as possible, especially in this day and age. So it's really
That's right.
important. Yeah.
Yes, that's
Right,
right. I think
Albert.
it's good for us to assist one another, to grow. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the first question is, have you faced any racism or Islamophobia in the acting industry? If yes, has that experience or have those experiences affected your career or your view of your culture or religion in any way? I know that's a bit of a big
Uh,
question, but yeah, just yeah.
diving into the deep end, isn't
Yeah,
it? Kind of
it is.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely have encountered many racial discrimination. First, being not of a white color background, from Western upbringing, but my background is Indonesian Muslim, but I'm also mixed European as well, but it doesn't look like it. It's just in my body size kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, no, my first kind of racial discrimination kind of experience was in the production for Invisible Men, um, with yeah, exactly, with
Yeah.
what's her name? Elizabeth Moss.
Elizabeth Moss,
Yeah,
yeah.
and yeah, exactly. Not from the director, or it was this crew member. She was looking after the what is it called? Wardrobe. She's a wardrobe lady basically.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, what are you here for?" I'm like, "What?" Like, and after that, I only did like
That
a
is,
bless you kind of thing. Like I was like sneezing, and
yeah.
then like, and she's like, like like that kind of thing. I'm like, whoa, like like
That's so weird, yeah.
yeah. And then of course, like at the Bali project production for Stan original series Bali. I played Muklas, one
Yeah.
of the main bad character. And yeah, we went through with basically they didn't want to use us Indonesian actors,
At
um,
all.
apparently at all. And I was like, whoa, that's like kind of crazy.
That is, yeah.
Yeah,
Just wow. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's right. And how are you going to tell a Indonesian story without Indonesian people? All
exactly,
right.
exactly.
It
Yeah.
just doesn't make sense. But anyway, they each their own, and I guess they have their own, I guess way of what is it called? Way of filming or some telling stories, in their own capable ways. But another instance for the Bali project is that for the Actors Award, the Choice Actors Choice Awards, um, they didn't kind of um, had us Indonesian actors there as well presenting.
Oh,
So we were supposed to be put in the panel for I think 2 or 3 weeks panel that people audience when they when the movie or when the series was being released last year, October or November. Um, then we had the Actors' Choice Awards, and we had actors um, were, the actors were being able to be picked from the audience,
Yeah.
and for the Actors' Choice Awards. But in this case, us Indonesians, they just kind of they just like kind of, you know, we, we didn't know that the Indonesian actors were actually some of them being Australian,
Yeah.
because for the I think Allahu Alam, but like for the Actors' Choice Awards, apparently I think you're supposed to be an Australian or a permanent resident um, to be part of it, right? Allahu
Oh,
Alam. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
So,
therefore,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. So therefore, we had to, we weren't being picked for that, unfortunately. Like we were, like I was able to see my name being on the panel,
Oh, wow.
but we only had like, what is it called? We only had like 2 days of like, out of 3 weeks or out of 2 weeks that people can pick for us,
Yeah.
after they watch the series. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Well, that is crazy. I mean, I don't know about you, but maybe do you feel like for us Muslims or even anyone who is like ethnically different or diverse, do you feel like maybe automatically there is this instinct where you might feel like, I don't know, like you're gonna be discriminated in some way? Is there like a survival instinct to try to maybe be different so that you can actually
Oh,
stand out as an actor?
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I think it's a dog eat dog world out there, especially for the filming industry at this current stage, as we're speaking. That we're still undergoing racial discriminatory, and I believe that at some point, we have to kind of put a stop, you know, or like tone it down, like and that's pretty much what I want to bring into the industry when I make my films, when I produce my films, is that I don't tolerate those kind of behaviors,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
you know, eh, yeah, exactly. Like, I was what is it called? Um, because I've been living in Canberra. I'm basically situated in Canberra, and all of my families are overseas. So I'm here, single and basically by myself. And when I started the journey of acting, becoming an actor or extra or aspiring actor,
Yeah.
back in 2013. Um, I kind of had to venture off out of Canberra, because that's what I heard, that Canberra was not much in for the new guys. They kind of just pick who they know already and work with them, because they're
Yeah.
comfortable in that zone.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, like, each their own, and but I guess if you have the passion and the drive, and you just have to stick through it, you just have to stick through your craft,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. Um, and no matter if people are going to bring you down, don't let them bring you down. Even though if it brings you down, then get back up straight away. That's your potential to get back
Yes.
up straight away. You
You
know.
are saying, yeah, whatever you're saying, I just have to applaud you because it's just amazing. I mean, you said that you started in
Just like
2013, so it's been like around pretty much 10 years, around a decade for
yeah,
you.
exactly.
Wow. So congratulations, Alvin. That is amazing. Like seriously, not a lot of people stick out for this long because I mean, if they do get bogged down, I mean, they just they just stay. They don't want to maybe, I don't know, no, it's hard to be resilient if you do experience maybe discrimination or different
Yeah,
prejudices, different challenges. But I mean,
yeah.
your advice is exactly like spot on, what you
No,
just said.
thank you, Jazakallah khair.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're welcome.
it's a tough industry
Yeah,
to get into, but I mean, some people are very lucky to get into it because maybe they have a really really good look. Allah Mabarak. And this industry, subhanallah, it's kind of like it's still discriminate people that doesn't, it's all about looks, or your talents. It's like a side,
Like an
if
extra
you have
thing.
looks,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, it's an extra,
Yeah.
perks.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
this is kind of like leading into the next question a little bit. Um,
yeah.
should more Muslims get jobs within the film and TV industry? Why or why not? Like, what do you think that more Muslims should get jobs in this industry, or like, what's your take on this?
Yeah, look, it for me, why I wanted to get into the film industry at first place is because I wanted to kind of expose Islam as an actor, as well as what is it called? My beliefs, as well as I love action. Since I was a kid, I've always loved Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li.
Yeah.
I trained, because I love those guys. I trained and go to, to Kung Fu, to learn Kung Fu in China. And
Wow.
so if you it comes down to the passion. It comes down to whether you really want to be in something that's a nitty gritty type of market, and whether you're going to stick through it. You can't just say, I want to be an actor, I want to be an artist. You actually have to put extra work.
Yeah.
Like, you have to travel for your work. I when I first started, I was doing freebies, a lot of freebies. Now,
Yeah.
freebies freebies are pros and cons. Like, freebies can benefit you, that you're going to get a lot more exposures,
Yeah.
in the acting industry, so about how it actually, being an actor is.
Yeah.
Like, say for example, when you're on set first time, you're going to be like, uh, if your call time is going to be like 10 hours plus, that could mean like, starting from 3 p.m. till 6 7 a.m. you know
That's crazy.
um,
Yeah.
so you have to be mindful of these things. So I don't know if you want me to delve into it more, but like, I
Yeah,
was in
please
the
go ahead. Yeah. This is what the space is for. Just, yeah, say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, just um, but yeah, when I was filming the new, I think it's called Greyman, up in Sydney. They've got the new, what's his name, man? What's
Was
his
it
name?
with
The
Ryan
famous actor.
Gosling? Is that
That's it, Ryan
yeah?
Gosling. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow,
So
mashallah.
I was in that, right, as an extra, just to pick up
Yeah,
some,
yeah,
we us actors, we even though we've been, we go through different stages of,
yeah,
yep, we made it to the top, but also we had to, juggle with financial as well. So we have to pick up
yeah. Well,
whatever that's
I'm gonna
available.
I'm gonna try and spot you when I watch Grey Man. I'm gonna see, where's Alvin? I'm gonna try to yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna try and
Yeah,
spot you, and if I do, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
yeah, inshallah. But we had like couple of we had a couple of women's and men's that was like, the first time being extra, or being an actor, being on set, and they don't know the what's it called, the work environment that's involves around acting, being right,
Yeah.
and they thought it was easy money, that you just have to
Oh
chill
wow.
there, get paid, and get food, get fed.
Oh,
But they had to stay, from 3 p.m. till 7 a.m. It's a very long and not a restful day and night type of work. You have to like
sure. Yeah.
con, continuity. You have to like go back and forth, like walking. And you're gonna get really tired. You're gonna get drained. You're
Yeah.
gonna get shouted at if you're doing something wrong. And this is from my past experience, as a aspiring actor, as an upcoming actor as well, alhamdulillah. Um, but as long as you don't mind to take the the negative side of things in this
Yeah.
industry, then kudos to you. Like, But yeah, it's pretty much comes down to whether you're going to be resilient, to have that resilient, of becoming an actor in this industry.
Yeah. Or do you
Yeah,
think that the positives outweigh the negatives with your experiences, like from your own personal
yeah,
life experiences?
yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely. As long as, like I said, as long as you perceive, and as long as you keep like, you have to not just look for work, but before you have an agency, you have to look for work for yourself, of course, right? And you have to gain exposures, experience, and all that comes into play when you're becoming a expiring actor or an actor.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, so yeah, it comes down to having patience. Patience is a major thing
Patience is
in this
key.
industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, patience is a virtue, right? That's
It
what they say,
it
right?
is, it is. In Islam, but also, I mean, just in general, like life anyway. Like, doesn't matter who you are, we should all be patient for sure.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want something in life, you have to keep a constant what is it called, direction towards what you
Yeah, and
want,
just
right?
like be
Yeah,
focused on what your goal is, I suppose.
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
right. Just like in our deen, we have to keep in Idina Sirat al-Mustaqim,
Yes, yes, to
in
stay
the
on the
straight
straight
path.
path.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, Alhamdulillah, yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking, what do you think about this? Does the film and television industry need to adjust or make any changes for Muslims who do want to work in film and TV? Why and why not? And I just wanted to ask you in relation to this question, were you able to like pray Salah? Like, was that flexible for you, or like, do you think that the industry needs to make like, do you think that we need to make changes for Muslims who do want to like pray the Salah on time, and or if they're fasting while working? Like, what? Yeah, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I've actually been quite good in regards to my what is it called, experience and exposures to, like, whether, say for example, on the Bali set, because it's from a Indonesian kind of uh, storytelling point of view, and production.
Yeah,
Uh, Even though it's for Stan original series, we were still also were able to, pray Salah on
mashallah,
time. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, they'll
alhamdulillah.
be like, oh, if you need to pray, this is the room that you need to pray. This is your
Wow.
area, and then the Qibla is this way. Alhamdulillah, because because there was more Islamic, there was more Muslim people as well being involved in that production. But in other production, you just have to let them know, I'm a Muslim,
Yeah,
and they will also know, like they will ask you like, oh, what's your beliefs, what you're practicing, and all that stuff, whether you need to eat halal or
yeah,
kosher, or you're vegetarian,
yeah,
all that comes down to I think also what's important is that you be very frank, you be straightforward to them, that you believe, you have a belief,
yeah,
and that this is your faith, and this is what you must do and study and keep following in that direction, right? um yeah, no, it's been good, alhamdulillah. And I think they're really understanding, because of
yeah,
us the Islam now is a lot more widespread, the
definitely.
knowledge,
Yeah.
which is good, alhamdulillah. It's good, for everyone's sake.
Yes, yes,
You know,
for sure. Yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
totally agree with you. Um, so I was wondering, have you heard of the Riz test? Do you know this actor named Riz Ahmed? He's a British Pakistani actor. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No,
Also,
no, I haven't.
yeah, I mean, well, for like someone who's Pakistani like me, Riz Ahmed,
Yeah,
he's a really huge like role model. So
yeah.
basically, he was in one of the latest Star Wars movies that came out. It's called Rogue One. Star
Oh,
Wars.
mashallah, Allah Mubarak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that came out in I think it was 2017. Anyway, so he started off doing stereotypical roles such as playing the terrorist, playing the cabbie. Yeah, but now he's like recently he's ventured off into doing roles that are not stereotypical, and he's able to play someone who is not oppressed or not inciting violence. And there's this thing called the Riz test. I forgot who created it, but basically it's a test to see if the Muslim characters, it's a test to see if they're being represented in a positive way. Like, are they a terrorist? Are they being angry? Like, are they being oppressive? Are they being submissive? Like, so what's your perspective on this? If you're hearing this for the first time, I'd really be, yeah, curious to know.
Yeah, no, I think having some a facility or a program such as what is it called? RIS,
The Riz test, because it's named
the
after
RIS
Riz
test.
Ahmad. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
a very I think it's a good value to have as especially as an actor or as an artist. It's good to know whether us being as a Muslim actor or actresses are being classified as a terrorist all the time, because that, after 9/11, unfortunately, and Bali bombing, us Muslim, we had to kind of hide away from being, wanting to express ourselves in a normal way, living in a normal um, aptitude, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I know, like for example, like when I had to when I was living uh, back in 2002, and I was in Brisbane, and the Bali, I think the Bali bombing happened on I can't remember. Yeah, when was the 9/11? Sorry.
So that was 2001. Bali bombings was 2002, I believe.
Exactly, that's right.
Yeah.
Me being an Indonesian Muslim, like my caste and my people and my family, um, living here in Australia, we had to go through, my mum was being spat at, but
That's so
those
sad.
like, yeah, like the pen, and then had a,
Yeah, that
and then they take out
you
the,
shoot it
and then they
through or something.
spit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
And that was
goodness.
a, yeah. I mean, that's, like, because people were lack of knowledge back then, which is unfortunate. But now, alhamdulillah, everyone's starting to understand, and they do their own research and whatnot now, alhamdulillah, and may Allah guide us all in the ummah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and the other people as well. Um, yeah, so I believe that risk test is really important as an artist, as an actor, or as an aspiring actor, because it enables the actor or the artist to know whether we've been classed as the stereotypical terrorist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. For
yeah.
sure, for
So
sure.
it brings an actual positive impact
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
community of film
Definitely,
industry.
for
Yeah.
sure. Now, give us your honest opinion, Alvin. So are you ready to give us your honest opinion on this statement?
Okay,
No
here we go.
pressure. Um, if Muslims are represented in film and TV and just in the general media in a positive and genuine way, there will be less Islamophobia and anti-Muslim crimes in this world.
Can you just, because it was slightly breaking
Yeah,
on me.
that's a good. Yeah, we'll repeat it again for dramatic effect.
Awesome. Thank
If
you.
Muslims if Muslims are represented in film and TV and in the media in a positive and genuine way, there will be less Islamophobia and anti-Muslim crimes in this world. So what do you think? Do you think this is true, false? What do you think?
Yeah, well, if you think about it, right, I think there needs to be a lot more exposure to Islam or Muslims, right? Because okay, so we have this thing, okay, we living in their land, right? And in their culture, we were upbringing in their ways, right? Imagine if we were to um, indoctrinate um, uh, this kind of teaching for Islam in their society, they'll probably think of us as a terrorist, or someone that's forcing them, and that's ruling them, right? So imagine us as a Muslim, as an Asian, or Muslim Asian, or whatever Muslim background you are, right? And you've been succumbed to their way of living, right? We had to understand about their religion, for example. We had to live amongst them to eat pork. I mean, they're eating pork and we have to accept it. They're drinking alcohol and we have
Yeah.
to
So
accept
what
it.
do you, sorry, just like to interrupt you
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
By
yeah.
they, like, I just want to make sure, like, who do you mean by they? Are you talking about the Western world or
Yeah, the Western
clarify?
world. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The Western world. Yeah, yeah. Because like when I grew up in a Western civilized country, nation, I had to, like Islam was kind of like almost forgotten for me, even though because I was learning about Christianity in schools, right? There was no Muslim teachings in school, so I had to come and I had to learn their ways. Imagine if that was put upon them, will they accept it the way that we have accepted,
Yeah, it would be
right?
the opposite,
So
probably.
so
Yeah.
exactly, and they'll probably think that we are oppressors, right? Right? Yeah. So anyway, your question, I think for me, it will impact hugely, especially if there was a lot more exposures to the Islamic values and contents that will resemblance in a positive uh, attitude or kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a positive impact for everyone, not just the Muslims, but everyone, and we can harmonious harmonious living kind of condition is kind of it's up to the individual, right? Whether you want to live a good whether you want to coexist amongst others. There are people out there that doesn't want to coexist, so we can't. it's
Yeah.
not it's not up to us how they live their
Yeah,
life,
for sure.
each are their own.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
think I think it'll add a massive value and impact towards the communities out there, different communities out there, different beliefs. Um, yeah. I think it'll definitely impact hugely,
Yeah. No, inshallah it does. And
inshallah.
currently got a reminder that says we've got 10 minutes left. I don't know, so I guess we'll just move on to the
Oh,
last question. That's
yeah,
all right,
of
that's all good.
course.
So I just wanted to ask you, like, is there something you want the audience to know about yourself? Like, do you want to tell everyone about your future projects? Because I know you've got some exciting things happening. So yeah, let us know.
Uh, yeah, so I'm currently, so after this, I'm actually going to a friend's place, going back to that friend's place because we're actually developing a podcast series.
Oh, wow. That
Yeah,
sounds so
yeah, yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so for Canberra and artists in Canberra, so that because I've noticed that for new upcoming stars, new
Yeah.
upcoming artists, aspiring actors want to be they kind of have hardship in regards to where they can go or who must they meet with. Will these people accept them for who they are? If they don't have enough exposures to the filming industry as they're just starting off. So I want to kind of bring that positive community with my mate here in Canberra, where we will be introducing actors, artists, and whatnot here in Canberra.
Yeah.
We get to interview you as well one
Oh,
day soon,
inshallah.
inshallah.
Inshallah, it all goes well
Yeah.
with the podcast.
I mean, Ya Rab, I mean, and it's all up to Allah, everything.
Of
Everything
course.
that I do is for the sake of Allah, like alhamdulillah, and yeah, yeah. And for the, you know, mm, within my own community, I do get frowns as well, like because I've been in the Bali bombing TV series because it's not a good thing to portray, terrorists and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um,
But I mean, like you said, if you want
but
to expose, bring awareness to how Muslims really are, I guess that's a good intention to have.
exactly. My intention is not just my intention is not to be famous, to be honest. My intention is to to help others because I know it was a very struggle for me to get into where I am today, uh, for within the acting industry. You know, it it probably doesn't just have to reside within the acting industry. It could be your professional work. You know, it could be you you know, as an individuality. What type of work you want to go with, or decide in your life. Um,
Yeah.
so I want to bring that kind of positive feedback. You know, inshallah, inshallah.
Inshallah ta'ala. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so hopefully, inshallah, we'll see anyway. But yeah, so I've got recently, or before Christmas, I was in a production called Suka,
Super.
which is like, yeah, yeah. So if you type in Suka, it's like a East meets West kind of Romeo and Juliet type of thing, type of action.
Is it a
And
movie? Is it a TV show? What is it exactly?
so yeah, so initially they wanted to make it like a series, uh, and but now apparently what I've heard is that they're trying to make it. They're still under production, and they're trying to make it into a more of a feature film,
Okay.
inshallah.
Yeah,
So
inshallah.
yeah,
Yeah. I
so
mean, I can't wait to uh see your work, inshallah, in that. So who do you play in Suka?
I play Zayd,
Is he the
a
Romeo or
yeah. So Zayd is a supporting role.
oh wow.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, yeah. So initially I was auditioning for a main role, um, but that main role kind of have you know, this action, Romeo and Juliet, just from the name, you know, you kind of can guess like what content it will have, you know.
Yeah.
So alhamdulillah that I didn't you know, portray the main
Yeah, well,
character, but
that's okay, brother, because I mean, like, if you believe in God, you know that everything happens for a reason that
exactly, that's right.
we may not, we don't know because God knows it's His plan. It's all about His
That's
planning
it.
and His timing and everything. Yeah.
Exactly, that's right. So alhamdulillah I got to play the action guy. So, you know, I always love the action guy. So
Yeah,
so inshallah you get to see it, inshallah. Yeah, yeah.
inshallah. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm sure I
Um
can't wait for your future projects as well.
Inshallah, yeah, Taserman. Speaking of Taserman, that's currently in the works.
Yeah.
We've just recently finished the 20 minutes or 25 minutes, I believe, script. So I'm really, really looking forward to us filming the new Taserman concept or proof of concept. Um, yeah, it's taking a long time, but it is what it is. You have to, like I said
That's
before,
okay. Yeah.
you have to keep drilling it, you know. So inshallah, khair. Yeah.
Inshallah, it all works out. Well, thank you so much, Alvin,
Allahumma
for
ameen.
being here today. It was it's a huge pleasure and honor to interview. Honestly, like you are so awesome. And guys, please check out his work. Yeah, seriously, you're so talented, mashallah. And yeah, all the best of luck with everything that comes in your future. And inshallah, yeah, can't wait to work with you again in the future.
Inshallah bi'inna ta'ala. Jazakallah
Inshallah.
khair. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity,
Thank
Sophia.
you so
And
much. Yeah,
may Allah put barakah in your production and in your career, inshallah.
I mean, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, assalamu alaikum, brother. Take care. And oh
Wa
yes,
alaikum salam
inshallah,
wa
have a good
rahmatullah.
Ramadan. Ramadan's coming up in 19 days or
Yes,
something. Yeah, I just remembered.
exactly. Inshallah, yeah, you too and your family.
Thank you so
Jazakallah khair.
much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Islam. Thank you.